Okay. I'm going to try to make this really, really quick. This is a response to a message I received on Twitter, which attempts to debunk the claim and the truth that salvation is to all nations. I got a video of someone citing Isaiah 11:10 as the precept upon which we are to decide that only Israel is going to be saved. That is not true. It's a lie. And so I've presented Matthew 8, Christ's own words that reflect his very position on salvation to the nations. The video, excuse me, just got through drinking some orange juice, so bear with me. The video that I see is citing Isaiah 11:10. Now, that's a beautiful precept for what Christ said. But once again, these devils, these people who speak with forked tongues, who want to continue to perpetuate the lie that only Israel can be saved, that's not reflected in any way, shape, or form in the Word. In any way, shape, or form. But yet, this doctrine has been flailing through the children of Israel. And you think you're right, even though nothing in the Word backs you up. Nothing in the Word backs you up. Nothing. And the reason I know that is because you have to keep switching up what the words mean. And you have to keep changing the definition. And you have to keep pushing this. And so I'm never going to agree with you. I'm never going to agree with you. You can stop sending me your messages, please. Because you're in error. And when I say you're in error, I mean you're in error. And until you're willing to stop and look at yourself, you are in error. Now, moving on to this precept, this gentleman wanted to show me Isaiah 11:10. We're only going to deal with Isaiah 11:10 because that is the precept that was submitted. I'm not going to read on like this other person did. I'm going to stop right at Isaiah 11:10 like we're supposed to, like the word says. And in that day, there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. Boom, stop. That's all we need. That's all we need. Because in Matthew 8, who is seeking Christ? A Gentile. Who is seeking the rest of Christ? His rest, his peace, his comfort, his healing. Who's seeking that? A Gentile. That is exactly what the word says in Matthew 8. So Matthew 8 is the manifestation of Isaiah 11:10. Now, this forked tongue, word twisting devil is going to tell me, now Gentiles means the outcast of Israel. No, you don't do that with me. That's your definition of what a Gentile is. I do not define that as Gentile. You cannot look at the word Gentile every time you see it and think you're talking about the outcast of Israel. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. If I take a diamond watch and I throw it in the trash, that doesn't make all the rest of the trash become diamond watches. That's retarded. That's retarded. You just because I threw my diamond watch in the trash doesn't mean every time I see the word trash, that means, oh, that's my discarded diamond watch. No, you're not going to do that. Now with me, Gentiles means anyone who is not considered to be a Jew, a seed of Israel. That's what a Gentile is. Now, was there a point when the Most High got frustrated with his people who would not obey his word and not follow what he said? And he said, I'm going to call you a Gentile. You a Gentile to me. Yes, he did that. And so, yes, there is a portion of us who have accepted and lived the lifestyle of Gentiles. That does not make us all Gentiles. That doesn't mean every time you see Gentiles and so there's where your twisted thinking is taking you to the wrong path. You're not following the path. You're never going to find a precept that tells me every time I see the word Gentiles in the scriptures that it's talking about the dispersed of Judah or the dispersed of Israel. That you're not gonna find that. So let's stop with that. I'm not gonna fall for that phony indoctrination so that someone can push a lie. Every time you all come with your rebuttals about this subject, you are not going to debunk me. You're not. Because you're the ones twisting the word. I'm reading the word as is. You want to mock me because I'm reading and stating what Christ said in Matthew 8. You won't even read Matthew 8. You want to run to the prophets. You want to go to the prophets and twist up what the prophets said and then push it back to me and say that's precept on precept. Well, read the first precept that got presented to you in full. Read the entire thing. Read Matthew 8. From that, I think it's verse 5 to 13. Read that. Please read it in its entirety. And then when you can explain to me word for word what you fundamentally believe that means, then we can discuss our understanding. But you won't do that. You want to get as far away from Christ as you possibly can. And you want to go to the prophets. The prophets are the ones who testified of Christ. They testified of Christ. And you still don't want to hear their words. You're going to go twist their words so that they can say what you want them to say about Christ. You won't just take what they said and then go to Matthew 8 and you see a Gentile coming to Christ, seeking Christ, the ensign referred to in Isaiah 11:10. That's exactly what happened. So the Gentiles flowed to him. The Gentiles sought him, and he gave them rest. We're not going to continue to belabor this point. If you don't want to accept it, you don't need to accept it. But this is final. You're in error. You're a lying devil. You are coming in the spirit of the Antichrist. You don't love Christ. You don't follow him. You don't know him. You're just simply putting this air on so that you can make people think you're so holy. He don't know you. I guarantee you he don't know you. So y'all can back up off me. I've said what I've said. It is what it is. Salvation to all the nations. You can take your little phony, little backwards thinking and run on off in the other direction. Okay? Move around with that. I've said what I've said. If you don't like it, you can deal with it.